Welcome back to Brave, to the Brave video game, and now we're doing Murky Chasm.
So
It's a chasm that's murky.
So I guess if I do have some positive things I finally found, it's that, hey, the music isn't bad, and I actually do get a kick out of the puzzle theme in this game.
The music isn't bad, it's just mostly unmemorable. The puzzle theme is okay.
Wait. What are we doing on the set of Cubert?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't even understand where, like, honestly, no, I don't understand. I cannot even theorize. I have no idea what was, because this is the only section of the game that is actually like this. So, whatever. No, the music is not bad. It's mostly unmemorable. The puzzle theme is okay, but the rest of the music is just, it's there.
Yeah.
It's inoffensive, I guess, but whatever.
That is honestly the best thing I can say about this game.
Well, like I said, I do like the puzzle design for the most part.
Oh,
so.
True. Okay, fair point. Yeah. The puzzles themselves are also pretty nice.
The problem is that, you know how I said that we just did the most difficult puzzle of the game in the previous part?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Up until this point, the puzzles have followed a very well done difficulty curve, where they got progressively harder. Apparently, after the previous level, the developers ran out of ideas because the puzzles after this are incredibly easy. My guess is their creative juices ran dry. So the rest of the puzzles is basically just simple as fuck crap of the same ilk that we've already played. So I guess even the puzzles couldn't sustain the full length of the game.
A little too close to the sun, eh?
Yep, apparently. Alright, let's see. Oh, great! Yet another arbitrary gate that we need to go through a cave in order to get the random key so we can move on.
So, oh god, the camera there is not the best.
Well, the camera, that's the thing, Joe, but the camera's fixed, so I can't do anything about it.
I know, right? Anyway, so since we spent a lot of the last part talking about live-action films, let's talk about how do you think a Brave live-action film could improve on Brave?
Well, yeah, we've actually brought that up in the previous part. Yes, it could, but I don't even know if Disney's interested in doing that, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they only keep Merida around because she's technically a Disney princess.
It boils down to this: if you want more original IP stuff from Disney, rely more on Pixar and Disney now, Disney Animation Studios specifically, because Disney's now making a new IP, right? The Last Dragon, and Pete Docter already confirmed that starting after Toy Story 4, there's not any more planned sequels for the near future, so.
You know, I will say
what John Lasseter did for Disney Animation Studios, Pete Docter did for Pixar, where he installed his own new no more crappy sequels policy. So that's kind of interesting how he Pete Docter. This is the second Pixar manager to make that kind of stance on sequelitis. So
I will say this: part of me would kind of like to see an Incredibles 3 if only they could try and rectify the mess that is Incredibles 2.
Honestly, Joe, but that's the thing. Over the years, it became obvious to me, at least. I don't have evidence of this, by the way. This is just me theorizing based on what we know, for the record. Based on what we've seen over the years, Jova, I get the feeling Brad Bird just was not interested in making Incredibles 2, period. And the only reason he eventually had to do something is because his original live-action franchise completely exploded. So he had to he was forced to resort to to what worked before, and people were demanding and Disney was like, okay. You tried this whole live-action venturing and it didn't work out for you, so make a sequel for this now.
Even though it worked to Mission Impossible Road.
But that was not true. But that was not Disney though. So Disney didn't get anything for Mission Impossible 4. So they're not concerned about that.
For Verbinski, he is not.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Joe, Gore Verbinski made Pirates of the Caribbean 3 and Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Pirates of the Caribbean 3 still made Disney oodles of money, and people could still say they
Ranger
enjoyed
didn't.
it. Here's another thing, though. Lone Ranger, while sadly a box office disappointment, still does have... Yes, still does actually have its fans, though, and here's the thing. Lone Ranger could actually say it had a good final third act here, so it at least capped off on things feeling good. Tomorrowland is, well, needless to say, not up to snuff in that regard. See, whereas Lone Ranger had a hell-is-all-satisfying conclusion, which, you know, at the very least you could say that, oh, Lone Ranger didn't even need a sequel, even though I kind of wish it could get a sequel, but hey, the way Lone Ranger ends is like, okay, it's fine. Tomorrowland feels like, well, it feels like they wanted to get a sequel with how selloutish that movie gets by the third act. The problem is that the third act is so bleeding terrible.
Mm-hmm. It's also...
I think it's summed up best with Hugh Laurie's final line before he gets crushed by a building. Oh, bollocks.
Yeah. So talk about the waste of a brilliant actor.
I swear you can say that for like, I swear you can say that for like almost all of their live action movies. There's at least one very, very great actor. You know.
You can actually. Like Tomorrowland, Hugh Laurie, and George Clooney. Maleficent, Angelina Jolie. Well, the Cinderella was a good one, so I guess it shouldn't really count.
I guess to be fair with Lion King, you can't really say that anyone was a waste. Well,
actually, John Oliver and James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I'd say that the movie used John Oliver, and, you know, to be fair, as far as James Earl Jones goes, his role is pretty much the exact same that he gets in the original.
Yeah, but he sounds half asleep.
Yeah, no.
From the very few scenes that I've seen from the live.
I disagree. John Oliver is...
He sounds half asleep.
I disagree. John Oliver really got some really unfunny lines to speak as Zazu, and it's just...
Okay. Now, what I will agree was a waste was the waste of Scar's voice actor, especially during the Be Prepared scene.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Twitch, remember how
what
they
else?
specifically said that Be Prepared wasn't going to be in there?
I heard about that. It was, but it was just some half-assed.
I've got another one. Alice in Wonderland, Johnny Depp. Helena Bonham Carter. Winona Ryder.
Yeah, Winona Ryder was in that.
Yeah, she was the White Queen.
Who would you say was wasted in current time?
Wrinkle in Time, Oprah Winfrey, for example. I think there was. I think there was someone else that was famous.
Wasn't Chris Pine in that film?
I think so. Yeah. So Chris Pine was also wasted. So great.
Aladdin.
Dumbo.
How about Aladdin?
Aladdin. Well, Will Smith. Well, as in wasted, and by I know what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. It was great. The problem is, this is a performance that belongs in a better movie. That's the thing.
Oh, absolutely. His acting and singing talents were wasted.
It's the Dumbo remake. Michael Keaton. Danny DeVito was also wasted in that crap.
Is Helena Bonham Carter also in that? Since it seems like it is by written law of the universe that she wasn't in that?
No, she wasn't.
Wow.
It was well, if it helps you, Joe, it was the first Tim Burton movie with Michael Keaton since Batman Returns. There's that.
Well, it was a nice reunion, I guess.
But anyway.
So tell me, was Michael Keaton once again playing the rich bad guy who does stuff because he's rich? Yes,
he's your generic rich bad guy. That's literally it.
So just like his portrayal in RoboCop.
Basically, yeah.
Oh god, RoboCop. You want to talk about something that wastes actors? Michael Keaton, Gary Oldman, and Samuel Flipping Jackson.
Trying to think of what other remakes.
Actually, does Disney now own that movie technically?
Well, Disney own Die Hard, so what don't they own at this point?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it's easier just to think about what they don't own, to be honest.
and to be more specifically, Disney have always, outside of North America, Disney have always owned Die Hard 3.
It's complicated.
Well, okay, that's about it, I guess.
That said, though, funnily enough, one thing people don't know is that even back in the day, Disney were always the owners of Pulp Fiction. They just marketed under a different name because I guess they didn't want to publicly attach the Disney name to a film as vulgar and violent as Pulp Fiction.
Although Pulp Fiction was owned by Miramax, which I believe is now owned by Paramount.
Well, not quite here. See, again, here's the thing. Miramax were the ones, sort of distributing the film. Disney were the ones who pretty much funded and pretty much own Pulp Fiction.
No, all that's left is 3 days from now at the time of this recording. It's about to, let's go see if Mulan is going to waste Jet Li or not.
Wait, they got Jet Li for that?
Jet Li is the Emperor, yes.
Oh.
Well, that's a great choice, actually. He's a Chinese legend. Why not, right?
True, yeah. Alright, let's see how it goes. So I'm curious, do you think for a live-action Mulan...
I mean, Pat Morita's dead at this point. For those who don't know, Pat Morita was... he's most famous for playing Mr. Miyagi in the Karate Kid movies, and he was the Emperor in the original Mulan. I don't think he returned for Mulan 2, did he?
Another sword!
I don't think he did. But Pat Morita is no longer with us, sadly. So, obviously we can't get him, so might as well get another Chinese legendary actor.
Sure, yeah, and Jet Li's a good fit for the bill. Like, the Mulan remake looks like it could have the potential to be good. Shame it has that stupid controversy attached to it.
To the lead actress?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Well,
that said, okay, brushing that aside, the movie...
I'm not even gonna pay to see the movie anyway, so whatever.
The movie looks like it could maybe be interesting, although what they've told us, the fact that I'll Make a Man Out of You will not be in that movie, even though
it's not going to be a musical movie.
Well,
to the original tale.
To be fair, we knew this for a long time, and to be fair, they have mentioned that apparently they are going to reference those songs in the orchestral score itself. So the songs are still going to have some kind of a presence to it, just not in the musical form. I'm okay with that personally.
And
who's doing the score for that film?
I don't know. It's not Goldsmith, obviously, since he's no longer with us either.
Also, hey, if you want a movie with the original songs, just watch the original movie or listen to the soundtrack.
According to Harry Gregson Williams.
And I will say this
great. I love Eric Gregson. Harry, so cool. It's not to mention, Joe, but honestly, if I'm going to be totally honest, when it comes to the Disney live-action remakes, their songs, outside of Evermore from the Beauty and the Beast remake, most of the original stuff they've done, and even some of the remixes, like you mentioned, Be Prepared, have been not exactly stellar. So maybe them not taking away the songs can be kind of a blessing in disguise. I'll take that over them raping the original songs.
Although I will maintain Will Smith's rendition of "Friend Like Me" is the standard of how you remake a tune but in a different style to fit that new actor.
Sure.
Aladdin as well. Like, Speechless isn't a bad song. The problem is, like, it doesn't fit with the rest of the songs at all.
No.
I think my other biggest problem with it is the big scene for the reprise.
The big problem is that they didn't get Alan Menken, because see the reason Evermore fits perfectly with the already existing songs is because obviously Alan Ashman couldn't write lyrics because he died, but Alan Menken was there to provide the composition, and Tim Rice, who did the lyrics for Aladdin, the original movie.
Alan Menken did do the score for the 2017.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
The lyrics I'm talking about, it's the instrumental itself. It doesn't fit in with the music that's in an Aladdin movie at all.
Yeah, well, Alan Menken was not involved in the Aladdin remake. That's the thing. As a result, if it was Alan Menken doing it, I'm sure he would do a much better job of.
The credits, apparently he was.
Oh, what did he do?
Hang on, is he there just as credited for the original songs? Or is he?
He composed the score for the movie.
Oh, he did?
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, wow, okay.
Well, maybe Alan Menken is just
So you're saying he butchered his own songs?
Apparently. Okay. Well, Alan is not flawless, Dwebs. Let's not forget Home on the
True.
Range.
Oh, no,
Oh, yeah, right, you
Well,
didn't.
that, and I can't remember a single each party. So
Come to think of it, even Alan Menken did have a said though. Aladdin shows the good and the bad of trying to remake those songs again. Friend Like Me, sung by Will Smith. Again, Will Smith was something people were expecting to be the worst thing of the Aladdin movie because, well, come on, Will Smith is the genie. Nobody could really imagine it.
Actually-
and admittedly, the pre-shoots of it did not help with how they showed how he looked through CGI.
Speaking of that, that's another one. Beauty and the Beast, wasting Emma Watson.
I wouldn't say they wasted Emma Watson so much as they misused her grossly. Like, the girl cannot sing. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's why they had to
No,
use out
she
of-
can sing. The problem is she's like an average person singing. She's not a Disney princess singer.
Well, that's the thing,
let me
Shiroi.
go
Like,
this, Shiroi.
an average person singer, by musical standards, counts as you can't sing. So
Yeah.
Not really, actually, if you look into vocal technique, but...
Okay, here's the thing, Shiroi. I could sing better than her. I could sing her parts better
You're
than
trained.
her. Better on tune.
well, Shiroi, maybe she should have had some classes then. Maybe, I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe they should have dubbed
maybe she
her,
should've
which
gone
is what
the
I
same-
was saying from the
should've gone
beginning.
the same class as
What do you
Jova
mean?
went to.
Well,
Okay, here's the point, Shiroi. Yeah, average or not, if they couldn't have taken the time to give her singing lessons, then we do hold the right to critique
Oh,
her
there you go.
singing abilities for not
Oh,
being
no,
that
no,
good.
of course.
Oh.
new outfits for Merida. Now, I
Barton safeguard.
personally, I don't really like these outfits that put her on some kind of armor. It doesn't suit her at all in terms of visual. Like it doesn't even look. Look at that! Look at that! Any identifiable visual trait of her design is now gone. So it's not even like it doesn't even feel like I'm playing as Merida anymore. So the moment I see a merchant, I'm gonna switch back to the default outfit because I don't really like these armor outfits for her, to be honest.
I just like to have a good
So, yeah,
weapon.
by all
matching
means,
her.
critique Emma, basically.
I'll just say this. I like to imagine her having to force all that big bushy red hair of hers into that teeny tiny little helmet.
Yeah, basically.
Anyway, oh yeah, Emma Watson again. I'll admit, Emma Watson, she looks fine, the parts and all that, but man, the problem with her is similar to the issue you showed me with Princess and the Frog, the Portuguese version, and the actress that they got to play, Tiana here and there.
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't good.
Nope.
when the lead cannot, sing well enough to make the songs sound good, or, to the point where her voice sounds off-key unless you do a blatant auto-tune, which, mind you, I think almost everyone in my theater.
It doesn't help that the guy. It doesn't help that the guy playing Beast is a fantastic singer, so he makes her look so much worse by comparison when they're singing together. Like,
It's kind of like a bit of an issue with Aladdin's actor in the Aladdin live-action remake. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy can move spectacularly with the stuff, but singing-wise, I wouldn't say he's,
there you go.
quite, per se, on the same
Now
level
switching back to
as-
the default. You started to see my problem
oh my
with
God, Pedro, that Knight's Guard is literally a recolor of the Knight's Guard that you're given from the get-go.
Yeah, it is. I've already mentioned that.
Also,
Well,
Jova.
Yes, sir.
I didn't see the movie until a bit later, but there were a reasonable amount of people in the theater. I don't quite remember what the reaction was, and I'm not quite sure how it is on the DVD or the Blu-ray. But when you're in the cinema with speakers like that, you can hear the auto-tune. The amount they put on her, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds so robotic, especially when she goes for the higher notes. It's
Yeah.
like, oh gosh, it actually took me out of the movie.
That's the big.
It really
Like,
does.
Gee, maybe we should have actually tried to get instead of just trying to get her in for the sake of star power, maybe we should have actually tried to find an actress that actually would be good for the role. Maybe, I don't know.
like, she's good for the character, but like they should have dubbed her. This isn't the only
that
time
reminds me
this has
of,
happened in movies.
That's the thing,
Like,
Shiro. Nowadays, when it comes to Disney musical movies, I mean, back in the 90s they did do that. Because remember, like Scott Weinger
Yeah,
doesn't.
Mulan has a different actress for the singing.
Yeah, Lea Salonga. Yeah, the thing is, Shiro, they don't. Disney ever since they started making musicals again, they've started. Apparently, they've implemented this practice where they always try to get actors who sing the songs themselves for the purpose of making it seamless in terms of because when you're watching the old '90s movies, you can always tell that it's a different person singing. So my guess is I got a trophy. Mum's the word. Huh? We're funny.
Where
Oh
is
look!
she?
It's, oh look! It's,
That's that scene.
Not only that, guys, think about it. Her mom was running towards lava here, unless she jumped over that. But the thing is, there's no way she could have jumped that scene. So as far as we know, her mother died off screen with
She
that.
just yeeted into the lava.
Oh,
So what's gonna happen now? Is the bear like some cheap replacement they got?
yes.
don't know what to tell you. It's
I don't know what to make of it. It's like, I mean, like if you know what it reminds me of? I saw this little video someone made where they played Super Mario 3D World, and ate that cherry that makes a double of you, and then he had the original Mario killed by throwing him off the level until only the clones left. So it's going to be like that now.
Here's here's how I see it, Shiroi. You're auditioning for you're going to be taking part in the Disney musical. If you have trouble singing as well as the movie demands it, then in my eyes you're not good enough for the role. We need to find someone who can fit all the required conditions.
Like getting people like Idina Menzel is basically.
Well, that's the thing, Shiroi. Idina Menzel already has her Disney princess character, so.
No, that's what I mean. It's like it's kind of set this standard that you probably should have people who can act and can sing.
Well, yeah, of course. They should have gone to Broadway. They should have tried finding someone on Broadway who could potentially fit the role. Because I'm pretty sure that if they looked hard enough, they would find someone. It shouldn't be that hard.
You don't have to look that hard. Steven Universe is full of them.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's on a TV show budget. Disney can hire Broadway actors.
Damn well.
Disney thing, Shiroi, remember, Disney are very selective when it comes to who they cast in roles sometimes. But anyway, I was just gonna say, I've forgotten now.
Say this. It's like, part of me doesn't want to be too cynical, but am I the only one who thinks that maybe the main reason Disney was so adamant with Emma Watson was because, well,
Star power.
Harry Potter.
Well,
Harry
yeah.
Potter star power.
Well, yeah. What I said, star
Pedro already
power.
mentioned, star power.
Like compare that to Moana, where they actually did get a complete newcomer to play the lead character.
I remember what I was going to say now.
It helps with the rock and
Disney have done stuff before.
Oh, it's now. Okay.
Disney have done stuff before where they get an actual singer to do the singing parts for someone who can't sing, like in The Lion King, for example. Where, apparently, I don't know how good Matthew Broderick is at singing, but they got someone else to...
Well, he's at Broadway now, so my guess is he's better at singing now, but, back in 1994, he probably wasn't good enough.
Oh my god, an actual boss! Like, legit!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the first boss of this game, it's not a bigger mook. Congratulations, Jova. We found what I'm assuming by your standards would be considered the first boss of the game.
Yes, I mean that's the thing. It does.
You want to hear the best of it, Jova? Since we're talking about bosses, you never actually fight Mordo in this game. You fight his minions, and then eventually, the game tries to explain it via the plot. The game tries to explain that via the plot. That Mordo was born of, pride and arrogance, aka in order to quote unquote defeat Mordo, she has to let go of her quote unquote pride and arrogance. Because
what?
Well, remember, Joe, but the whole I don't want to be like a princess thing that Merida.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna call bullcrap. According to the movie, all it took to kill Mordo was just throw a big rock on him.
Yeah, that's the thing, Jova. The movie.
So I guess you could say that the game arguably has a more intriguing way to defeat the curse.
That's the thing, Jova. The plot of this game has a different, and I will give it this. It does have a better ending, I would argue, than the movie does, in the sense that, unlike the movie, where the mom, for absolutely no goddamn reason, now becomes just as much of a wild spirit as her daughter. You know, so apparently the solution was just for everybody to become like Merida now. You know, it's not like we need to find some kind of balance. No, but this game actually does make that point. This game actually does make at the end where Merida has a narration at the end where she goes, "Now I realize that yes, I am my father's daughter, but I am also my mother's daughter." So basically, she learns to try to find a good balance between her princess duties and her free spirit, free life. So basically, she finds a compromise, instead of just picking one extreme over the other. So I actually do like that ending a lot better than what the movie did, to be honest.
You gotta love how what Merida says there. The curse, it's fading. Oh, you mean like it has been for every level you've been doing?
Not just that, Joe, but that cutscene was once again the cutscene with the crow. They just changed the line of dialogue that Merida says.
Oh boy! Like
sorry guys, we ran out of money, so we had to reuse cutscenes entirely.
Wow.
Rush job much?
I'll say. I mean, on the one hand, maybe they. Thank you, Merida. On the one hand, maybe you could say they were trying to do this so that this game wouldn't end up to be a mess, but. Holy cow, it feels so lazy.
I would argue it's more rushed than anything.
Okay, yeah. I mean, okay. It's definitely more rushed, but it just feels lazy is the thing. Like, well, I mean... Yeah,
alright, guys. Only 2 more levels and we're done.
Oh, boy. I can hardly wait.
Alright, so the next level will be Frozen Lock. Yet another ice level. So now we're repeating level tropes, even.
Wow.
If I were playing, is the music track for the ice level the same in each one?
That's the thing, though, is I find the music outside of the puzzle so bland that I don't even notice it most of the time.
They are, Pedro. I got a solution. Insert the ice cave music from Pokemon Gen 2, and then bam, we've
sure.
We've got a more memorable song that actually fits the environment.
Alright, see you for the next part, everybody, where we do Frozen Lock. Jobba, try doing Frozen Lock in Scottish accent.
Well, we head up to the Frozen Lock.
There you go.
That was pretty good. Yep.
Thank you.
Which one's Jova's or mine?
Jova's.
Sorry, Lips. Anyway, see you for the next part, everybody.
See ya.